Hello and welcome to this AFC Champions Elite League matchday 3 game between Ulsan and Hiroshima from the Ulsan Munsu Football Stadium. And what a magnificent setting this is. Built for the 2002 FIFA World Cup. The big crown of a game holds a big game. Two sides, as you can see, third and fourth, identical records coming into this game, apart from maybe just one goal separating them in the goal difference. A lot to play for here between these two sides in the Eastern Division. Ulsan opened up their campaign with a 2-1 victory. Nice weather for a game of football as well, I can tell you. 14 degrees C, just about perfect for running around. They beat Rongcheng by 2-1 before drawing 1-1 with Shanghua in their second match. Expectation, excitement, anticipation. Players in the zone. Players looking forward to what should be 90 minutes of exciting football. It's a real cracking game we have in store for you today. Hiroshima opened their campaign with a 2-0 victory away at Melbourne City before a 1-1 draw with Shanghai Port. Fans in this wonderful stadium. It really is a beautiful stadium. If you're into architecture and how stadiums are put together, this one's pretty much bob on. Uniform all the way round, wrap around, 3 tiers, holds around about 38,000 fans. And the atmosphere will be held in by the stadium rooftops, and there you are. You can see the Hiroshima fans in fine voice already. Vissel Kobe next for Ulsan before Buriram, Mashida Zelvier, and then Melbourne City and Shanghai Port at the end of their run. Won the K-League last year. Just about in pre-season, ready for their new season. Hiroshima are about 4 or 5 games away from the end of their season, so opposite ends of the scales in terms of match fitness and sharpness. None of that will be used as an excuse once the whistle blows. Well, there's a face of concern in the Ulsan fans. I told you about the atmosphere being held in. It's far from being full, but you can hear that the sound stays and reverberates around the rounded corners. Ulsan Champions League winners in 2012 and 2020. It hasn't been the greatest time for them. Group beat Melbourne Victory, Beijing and Kobe before beating Persepolis in the final in 2020. And again, through their group, unbeaten in 2012 before beating Kashiwa Reysol, Al Hilal, Bonyokdor and Al Ali in the final. So they made it to the semi-finals before being dispatched by Yokohama Marinos.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome all Ulsan HDFC and Sanfrecce Hiroshima.
이제 양 팀의 선수단을 맞이하겠습니다. 선수단 입장!
Stirring music to greet the sides. Just let the music wash over you. Almost gladiatorial music for the two sides as they make their way out onto the field of play. Hiroshima in AFC Champions League 2 last year got to the quarterfinals, being defeated by the Lion City Sailors. Words have been spoken by the two coaches. Sanfrecce for Ulsan, Michael Skiba for Hiroshima. The rain comes down. The players won't mind a little bit of rain, but a zip on the surface. Perfect temperature for playing a game of football, if I say so myself. One of those players will be thinking, let's make sure the first touch is a good touch and a short footing. Players can gain so much confidence from that first touch. Never sure, shows respect for their colleagues on the field of play, but not too sure if players really want to greet their opposite number with a handshake and a fist pump. Let's have a little look at the Ulsan side. Two changes, Jung in goal. We anticipate a back three of Suk-jun, Troyak and Myung-hwan. And then four across the middle of the park. Jaik, Lakava, Min-hyuk, Chin-hun, Hun-taek, with Si-yun just playing off of Hayul of the top of the park. Sanfrecce is the head coach. Referees today all come from Saudi Arabia, and the officials, we have Mr. Al-Shamrani as our referee, assisted by Mr. Al-Rafai and Mr. Al-Jumal. Fourth official and board man, as I like to call him. The man that flashes the lights on the side is Mr. Al-Hunfush. And VAR is being controlled by Mr. Al-Shahdan, all from Saudi Arabia. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, pretty settled for them. Osaka in goal. Again, a back three, we believe, are Shiotani, Kim and Hayato, with the two wing backs being Sasaki and Naoto, with Hayo and Shutu holding the midfield, with Nakamura and Maeda just off the man leading the line, Kinoshita. They're geeing up, making sure now that all those plans are ready. But football, remember, is instinctive. You can talk about when you haven't got the ball. You can't talk about a ricochet and a bouncing ball that goes the wrong way. You can't plan for that or legislate for it. So remember, football is still instinctive and play in the moment. Hiroshima with a kickoff. Kim with his first touch, nice assured touch. Naoto with the long ball forward. Dealt with pretty easily. First few moments always very much sort of who can get their foot on the football and make things happen. Well, what we can say is Troyak slides a little ball to his side to Maeda. The inside not so great though. Shin-hun trying to fire it through there. There comes Sanfrecce. Sport on this near side. Lakava trying to make his way in, but no chance for Shin-hun. Gets the cross in as well. Gets some defensive header. Troyak trying to step forward. Has played defensive midfield as well as a centre back. Troyak opening his body up. Getting the option on this near side straight away. Lakava. Was the man that just played it out far side, but it's good pressing by Hiroshima here, just making sure that they force their hosts onto the back foot. Jung-in. It's a steady opening few moments here. One goes back to Jung-in. Troyak back to Myung-Kwan. In with the ball out on this near side. Just got themselves in a little bit of a tangle there. Michael Skipper will be hoping that his side can just see that first 20 minutes out, that favourable first 20 minutes, and then look to build on what they've got from there. Sasaki inside Hayato and Kim on this near side. Options down this near side. Naoto. Kim, bit of time on the football now for Hiroshima, just to maybe make it difficult for the opposition, but Kim won't be too impressed with that ball there from Naoto. Nicely tied it up this time by Myung-Kwan. Gets another chance. Still a nice little ball into the feet. Going forward there of Shin-hun. I think really opening up, unfolding in front of the eyes of the two goalkeepers at the moment. Jung-in. Parjul. Target man normally. Found himself looking for options as he went out to that far touchline. Shuto is a man that got himself a pair of white shorts. Found the physicality of Hayul a little bit more than he anticipated. Lakava, very busy already. Nicely played all the way back. Hayato to Osako. Osako with a thumb forward. I'm sure the aerial route is going to be the right thing for Hiroshima. And rather theatrically to the floor there, we'd have to say, by Sukyun. Back to Jung-in. Ayul. His turn. Near side. Shin-hun. Helps out on his near side by Sok-jung. Shin-hun. Again with a bit of work to do and caught in possession. It's a little bit of a lazy challenge, you'd have to say. But one thing you can say is that Hiroshima are pretty much going to press the football at every opportunity. Jung-in. Looks as though that's gone out of play. In fairness to the side from Ulsan, they normally line up with Yun-woo in goal, but the start for the first time in the AFC Champions League Elite for Jung-in today. She's looking in fine fit. Jung-in comes forward to smite it forward. Ayul with a header on. Tried to run in behind this time was Shin-hun, but easily cleared at the back by Hiroshima. A little bit tepid at the moment, you'd have to say, from Ulsan. They're finding it difficult to break down. Shuto with the throw. Troyak with the header away. This time, Kinoshita can't control it. Kim brings the ball down. Going to be put under pressure by Lakava. Near side, played into Naoto. Good work by Lakava, but Lakava then loses out, as you can see. Hiroshima try and break forward. Pitch there took a mighty divot. Quite soft underfoot. A little indication there of the conditions the players are playing in. It looked fine until that size 9 went into the turf rather deeply. Shuto rolls the ball back. Masako. Kim near side. Bit of space here for Naoto. Naoto's got a chance to put the ball in the box, but sort of dwelled somewhat. Nice running in from the edge of the box. First time late, first time strike. Nakaba with a header away. Shot goes in by Nakamura, by the way. Just getting the feeling already that Hiroshima is starting to get the measure of Ulsan. Around the corner and away on the far side of the pitch by Jayik. Spread away the momentum. I said about the first 20 minutes being a particularly interesting time for any football match, especially if you're the away side, but Hiroshima looking for the first long throw of the game. Shuto is about to, as you can see, dry the ball off propel it towards our penalty area. Naoto and Kim in there. Kim goes up, wins the header, but it's up and over the crossbar. A lot to lose and not much to gain sometimes in these early rounds. Can set the tone for the rest of the campaign. Kim headed it on the way down, always going over the top of the crossbar. Shin-hun, far side, plays it out, comes in field. Troyak. the thump forward again. Ayul is a target, but it's rather easily and tamely taken away. That's a nice bit of work out far side now. The chance is on here. Played into the box. Kinoshita tries to spin. And then an air shot that Shuto won't want to see again. Just signs at the moment as though Hiroshima are growing into the contest a little bit more than Ulsan. Although that's neat play in the middle of the park. Sukjun down the line. Carver with the ball inside. Now the real chance is a flag going to go up. Just looked as though he may have sprawled a little bit offside there, but easily tied it up back there ultimately. Jayik. Troyak. Siyun out on this near side. Sukjun with the ball in pan, a little space there. Nicely done. The drive goes forward now by Sijun. Run out of ideas, but they've got a little overlap here. Cross goes in by Chin-Hoon. Oh, it's 1-0! Round the back! Min-Hyuk gets a goal! But how many times in football, when you can't see the player at the back post, you switch off if you're defending. And Min-Hyuk gets in there to head the opening goal for Ulsan in the 12th minute. And the home fans are now up in. Just shut off there, full stop. That's woeful defending, didn't see his man round the back. Min-Hyuk is the man that gets it in there. But I tell you what, questions have to be asked. For the man at the back there, Sasaki, needs to be told who's behind him. A dream start inside 12 minutes for the home side. But Michael Skibber will be a little bit concerned that Sasaki was, one, not told, and two, wasn't aware of the man behind him. Is that the fillip that Ulsan needed? Suddenly everybody wants the football. Shiotani there with the little nibble. Well, a penny for the thoughts of Michael Skibber now. Just exalting the fact that I thought the Hiroshima were building into the game in the first 10 minutes. It sort of silenced the home side, made the home side look a little bit, not nervy, but not really threatening, and looked as though they were growing into the game. What does your commentator know? Michael Skibber must have felt the same, and then they're a goal down. Can they find a goal back? Real chance on this near side. Shot goes in. Doesn't really trouble anybody from Naoto. He's going to get it back. Bit of time and space by Hayo. And a crossfield ball ultimately by Shiotani. Shuto. Hiroshima still give you the impression that there's more in there. But I think they could have been, well, they will have been stung. Doesn't need a mathematician or a scientist to work out that that goal would have done their confidence no matter of good when they felt like they were getting into the game. Big header away this time by Jayik. Maeda picks a nice ball in, real chance if they can come out the back here. Naoto with a shot, that's against Troyak. Well, good work there by Kim to get the ball out of play off Lakava. Sit back and relax if you're not involved with either of these two sides, because this could be an absolute cracker today. certainly lined up that way. Early goal for the home side. The away side looking useful. And if you are indeed Ulsan or a Hiroshima fan, keep your hands under your legs whilst watching this, because you might live on your nerves for a bit. Lakava's very good. Yul with a chance to go forward. Yul, Lakava. Up against Sasaki, plays it back. Ayul gets the first shot in. Lakava again wants an overlap. Sasaki in front. Chance to drive forward now, but Substitutions, deep ball across the face of goal. Always proving a little difficult to get round the back this time for Min Hyuk. The flag goes up to just quell any excitement for the home fans. Trying to work out exactly where the patterns of play are coming from. Some very sprightly with their attacking movement without really, having said that, they have scored, but really sort of causing too much danger. Hiroshima look a little bit more composed on the football, except when they go long and Troyak cuts it out. Captain Min Hyuk with the only goal of the game so far, sneaking in behind, but referee Mr. Al-Shamrani decides that there is a little bit of an infringement of Football Association rules there, or even laws. If you ever talk to a referee, they will tell you that it's Football Association laws, not rules. Oh, that's a terrible ball. Helped out massively there by Myung Kwan. Now a chance for Naoto. Oh, lovely ball inside. Maybe one touch too many. The set's there, the shot's there. The clearance by Myung Kwan leads to the first corner of the game. Shiotani, the man with a drill. And again for the neutral. Enough little errors in the game to keep you well and truly interested. Jung-in will look away to his left-hand side for this corner. And is about to be swung in by Naoto. First set piece. Who's got their homework right? Naoto with the delivery. Quick header at the front by Sasaki. And now the break is on. And it's going to be a very quick break as well. Brought forward there by Myung Kwan. Near side, Si-jun. Well, I don't think the centre-half really wanted that just there. Having said that, he's given away a free kick in a very, very far away position from his own goal, but I'm not too sure at all there if Myung Kwan really wanted that return pass. His lungs would have been expanded after that break from his own penalty area. Kim to Osako. Kim again will feed the ball forward. Hiroshima trying to build patiently from the back. Shuto. Not the greatest first touch, but he's got it down. You can see the difference on the pitch are quite considerable. Looks like I've been playing golf out there. Kim. Naoto. Nice turn. Nicely played as well in there by Min Hyuk. All over the park is captain. Shin-hun. Troyak. Suk-jun. Ulsan looking, oh, and there's those little mistakes that I said, the little errors that are going to almost make issues. I almost felt like I was his centre-half partner there with Macaron. Lovely reverse ball, Lakava. Sijun. Shinhun. Yongkwan. Sukbyung. Lakava hasn't got a lot of option here, but he's managed to find a decent ball into the middle of the park. I think it was excellent. Shinhun with the chest down. Shinhun again now. A little bit isolated. Gets some support. Nice play this time by Huntek. Cross comes in. Oh! Ayul with the header at the front post. On the angle from the commentary box. It looked as though he turned it in at the right-hand post there of Osako. Maybe just got his angles wrong. Osako finds Kim. Kim with space to run into. Alto, a willing wing back just out to his left-hand side. Nice spin and turn now. They've got a fractured back line. Can they make the most of it here? It's going to run away. It's going to be a corner. Maeda knew that there was a flick off the body. Jung-Ying now with the find a way back in. Second corner of this game. Fans really bouncing away there. Decent ball in. Nice header away as well by Ayul getting back. Free header, and I tell you what, Kim on his knees knows just how presentable a chance that was. It's really swung in with real pace there. And Kim again, just watch him, he's just on the way down as it catches the top of his forehead, which always means he's going to spin it upwards and away. Referee's seeing a little too much there. I hope. Wanders away. So the man that goes down, having basically, I think, caught more on the way down than he did going up. Ulsan with the lead at the moment, given some by a little sealing in at the back post by Min Hyuk. Sukbyung feigns to go backwards. And in the end hits the channel. Hayato got a touch there. He shouldn't let this header play, and in fairness, I think that's a corner. Well done, that man. Hayato just got an inadvertent touch, just it rolled towards the dead ball line. And then, in a mental moment, had to work out if he was going to get away with a goal kick by looking confident and doing it with authority, which he decided to do, and he's given the first corner to Ulsan away. 26 on the clock. Referee just making sure that everybody knows their roles. Ayul is the man that is the veritable target man. Post ball. Good work this time by Kim to get it away. Not the greatest of corners in there by Chin Hun. Here's a handful. Ayul. Kim is his equal at the moment from set pieces. Suk-yeong. Min Hyuk gets in there again. By Hayo. Back to Troyak. Troyak with a little lofted ball forward. Game suddenly changed again. Troyak comes forward again. Siyun trying to manipulate the ball as well, just to keep it in play. Now has to try and find a bit of space and maybe just take a little bit of a sting out of the press from Hiroshima, which he does by finding Jayik. Well, the goal scorer there, lovely border. Huntak tries the ball through the inside channel, which doesn't come off. It's a really competitive game here. Yoshita, underlapping run coming in from Maeda. Troyak's gone down, as you can see. And certainly felt that one, that's for sure. Maeda with the cross. And then a little bit of a coming down afterwards. It's no intent there whatsoever by Maeda, but try telling the right foot of Troyak that it doesn't hurt. Football boots in my days would have withstood a tank going over your toes, but nowadays they're lightweight, flimsy, and the metatarsals will have felt that. You can see more like a sort of polymer and linen weave there on Troyak's boot, and an aluminium stud coming down on the metatarsal. That would have caused a little bit of pain. I don't want to let Troyak go. He's sort of marshalling just in front of the back line at the moment, defensive midfielder, just trying to break things up. Jung in with the free kick. Contact down the line, tries to get it inside. Ayul, as he turns it around. Shin Hun just processes the football. Troyak back, up off the floor. Been in the walls already. Strapping lad. And now it's Myung Kwan. All in behind here. That's a nice little run as well, coming from midfield here by Chin Hun. Forced away from goal this time by Nakamura. You haven't got time on the football there. I'll tell you what, Suk-yeong thought he had time, but harassing coming from Hiroshima. Very good. Half an hour gone of what has been a very entertaining match here. Match day 3 of the AFC Champions League Elite. And the one goal being scored in 12 minutes. Stealing round the back of Sasaki was Captain Min Hyuk, just to get the ball into the back of the net from close range. Maeda to get round. Puntek comes away with the football. Ayul is the only person to give him an option. Runs the channel well. And that's quite a shoulder-to-shoulder on the far side, but I have to say that was excellent play there by Hayato. But again, as soon as the ball is played into the feet on this near side there of Nakamura, there is somebody right on him. Naoto throws down, looking for Kinoshita. Nobody's got any time on the football. Good energy, good desire from both sides at the moment. Osako. It's a quality ball. Shuto. Infield it goes this time to Shiotani. Shiotani gets it back. Wants an option. Decent running down there, but tended to run into a blind alley on the far side. Shuto. Inside this time to Shiotani. Shuto. Well, Shiotani looks as though he is going to be the quarterback, if we use an American football term, and try and make things happen. But this time the ball over the top, looking for Maeda. It's just ushered away. Game plans. Is he going to take the kick? Accuracy from the goal kick is what's required. Don't really want a ball to nothing, and there you are. Jung-in making sure everybody goes from his right to his left. Ayul wins the header, but goes out of play on the far side. Well, the intensity in this game has been brilliant. Hiroshima with a throw, Shuto down the line. Being held up by Kinoshita. Working hard in a very confined space. Ayul the target, Shuto in behind. Kim will lay it all the way back to Osako. Shiotani. Chased back by Min Hyuk, the man that scored the goal. Osaka lays it out far side, but again that's easy pickings for Ulsan's defence. Shuto will turn it back to Osako. Well, that's sweet. Can play the ball, can't he, Osako? Naoto, Shiotani. Round the corner and away by Hayo. Maeda. Shuto in support. Maeda. Long ball across the face of goal. Naoto across the face. Real chance here. Can he finish it? Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Nakamura. Goal at his mercy there. The deep cross on this near side man's Naoto. His ball in. The ricochet off a Troyak goes back, and Nakamura. Well, if you're going to hit it hard. But don't hit the crossbar hard. Hit the back of the net. Big chance there for Hiroshima. Corner swung in. Strong header away that time by Young Kwan. the space here. Option near side will find Sok Young, but a ball inside, and it's those little errors that can keep sides interested. You can see some players struggling with their turning, and Maeda just turned inside and found himself slipping. Ulsan playing a little bit of protective football until they give a loose ball away. Had a chance for Naoto to come forward. Chance to go inside by Nakamura, but elects to go for the support from Kim. Kim with a crossfield ball. As soon as it was floated up, always favouring the defender for the header. Shiotani, Nakamura just thumped the crossbar and still be thinking about that, you think? Kim. Shiotani tries to get it over the head on this near side. Lakaba with a header away. A little bit of a near ball on Shiotani. Referee saw it at the corner of his eye. Ayul with the cuddle come clasp. Fine voice, the fans inside the ground. Can Hiroshima find a way back into this game? This is going to come in from Naoto, and as you can see, the divots that are being turned up by the players. Top seems to be quite loose on the pitch, but it's the same for both sides, so it doesn't matter. Naoto, deep ball right across the face of goal. Flicked header there, not a bad effort. Hayato was the one that got his head on it, but lacked any real presence on the football. Young in. Ayul the target. Hayato with the first header. That's a nice little flick. Ayul trying to find Lakaba inside this time. Was Chin-hun. Well, the referee says play on. I think I agree with that as well. Can they find the right ball? The answer to that is no. Naoto gets it to Nakamura. Nakamura tries to go inside too. One thing that Sasaki being forced a little bit wide on the far side. Time and space to run forward. Ayo. Shiotani, that's a nice ball through, real chance here. Kanishita! Young in very quickly out. Headed down by Shiotani. Excellent winning back in the middle of the park, it has to be said by Hayo. Sasaki. Maeda. Hayo. That's a poor ball, but they're going to win it back with Kim here. Nakamura. Naoto. The ball around quite nicely as they were before they conceded the goal, in fairness, Hiroshima. Hiroshita back. Sasaki with the clip ball down the line. Good work, no foul, says the officials. Headed away on this near side, this time by Sukyong. Nakamura sees Naoto put the ball in. Different way of getting rid of the football, but it's pretty good. And again, that's wonderful play on this near side by Lakaba. think the pitch forkers at half-time we need to get a mechanical machine to try and take some of these divots out, because it is cutting up quite a bit. Sasaki. That's a nice ball. Couldn't be taken in his stride though. Real shot coming in this time. Kim options out to his left in Nato. Lakava in front. Nato with a clip ball in. Maybe. I'm a commentator, not a goalkeeper. But maybe just called that. Kim. Nato. Sasaki. Sasaki goes back to Osako, and Hiroshima trying to work their way back into an absolute magical or nightmarish few minutes before the break. You don't want to concede, you won't want to score though. Shiotani loses out rather tamely in the middle of the park, and then the break is on. Good work by Huntek. Ulsan with their captain and goalscorer Min Hyuk. Just trying to protect the football, you feel now, before the break, but they haven't done that very well. There's excellent work by Shiotani into the middle of the park. It comes Hayo near side. Naoto. Hayo will get it back. He's got options. Maeda's made a nice run. Can he find him? Well, Huntek gets back. Maeda's there, and Huntek has done really well to clear his lines. Good recovery there. Oh, just lacked a little bit of pace to get there. Sasaki. Just let it come off his body, which allowed Ayul just to get his body across the bar. And therefore the impetuous nature of Sasaki trying to win the ball back gives away the free kick. Stroyak's got to get there, does so. Here for Shin-Hun. Huntek. Yun-Kwan gets it across to his centre-half compatriot. It's played back this time by Yun-Kwan. In with the ball forward. Ayul has got to make the run. He's going to be tracked over there by Hayato, who puts the ball out of play. What a contest between those two. Ulsan fans were a little bit pensive before the game, but they've certainly woken up. Shuto lays it forward. Shita won't get there. He's got to make sure this goes to the right place. He's a long way from home. Shin-Un, Lakava, Min Hyuk. Lakava couldn't take it in his stride, just rolled off his right boot. Osako quickly off his line. Sasaki, Maeda. Sasaki clips it over the top. Shuto can get the ball in the box. Can do. Right across the face. Goal chance here for Naoto. Into it in. No, he's put it wide. I beg your pardon. Kinoshita. Well, look at that. has one very, very big chance. Yes, it came through quickly, but you've got to be finishing those. Shuto with the ball in. It's a dangerous ball across the face of goal. Naoto with a shot, and Kinoshita. You won't want to see that one again. Well, Nakamura's done the crossbar. Kinoshita's hit the side netting. Ulsan lead by a goal to nil. Mistake by Sasaki at the back post, allowing Min Hyuk in. Ayul brings the ball down. Tidy play. Troyak. Young Kwan. Young in. Shaik gets it up. Good take by Ayul. Shinhun. Very busy. Buzzing around in the attacking third most of the time. Huntek. Lagava. Slightly behind there. Momentum lost there, but Young Lagava. Sijun. Give and go with Troyak. Time running out in this first half. Is there to be a final thrust of the football? The referee says that's enough here at the Ulsan Munsu Stadium in a game where one goal separates the two sides. One little mistake. Ulsan started brightly. Hiroshima came back into the game. And at that point, the goal came when Hyuk got in behind a dallying Sasaki at the back post to nod in from close range. But since then, Hiroshima have hit the crossbar with Nakamura. And Kinoshita will no doubt sit in the changing rooms and think, how did I put that in the side netting just before the break? But at the break here, in this AFC Champions League Elite Group Match Day 3, Ulsan 1, Hiroshima 0.
우리가 금액 이거 어떻게 해야 돼? 왜 거기서 3차가 또 안 되고 우리 하나 뭐 우리가 한다고 해도 하나를 또 차를 딴 데다 데리고 와야 돼. 그러니까 이게 진짜 공간이 확보해갖고 미술팀이나 우리를 다 해주고 다 해주니까 이게 자기도 어쩔 수 없어. 그러니까 이게 전국적으로 주인공을 생각하는 우리가 이렇게 정말 그래서 그게 안 하거든요. 걱정하지 마세요. 비 많이 막 들서 이 중간 부분 잘라서 빼가지고 하고 그것처럼 갖다가 원활하지 않아.
일로 와봐. 너그 다 와봐. 야, 뿔뿔이 좀 와봐라.
넣었는데 너무 많이 오겠지. 한 7컷 안 오는 카메라로 여기 다 씌웠잖아. 이거 언제냐? 이제 안 와. 다시 한번 봐봐. 안 오면 나 여기 카메라 비밀 좀 빼고.
근데 감독님만 떼면 위험한 거 아니야?
그럴 수도 있어. 없어?
이걸 봐요. 야, 감독 또 떼면 오는 거 아니야?
Hello and welcome back to the second half of this AFC Champions League Elite matchday 3 game between Ulsan and Hiroshima. And at the break, it is the home side, Ulsan, that lead by a goal to nil. Well, the stats are proving pretty much that when it comes down to it, Hiroshima are well and truly in this game. We can see there, about to come onto the field of play, Mitsuki is going to come on. We'll wait to see who he's going to replace. Possibly going to be a straight swap with the unfortunate Kinoshita, who had a marvellous chance just before the end of the first half for Hiroshima, who also hit the crossbar from Nakamura. But it was a goal in the 12th minute, a deep cross into the box, and Sasaki just shut off and allowed the captain Minhyuk to steal in behind and head in from close range to give the hosts the lead in the first half. Mitsuki is about to come on, as I say. Huddles for both sides. Doesn't look as though there's going to be any change. Just run through the 11 players out there for Ulsan in the all blue. Jung-in in goal. Nung-Kwan, Troyak, Sok-yeon, Jaik, Min-hyuk, Hun-taek, Si-yun, Hayul, Lakava. Mitsuki is on. Kinoshita is there. We'll wait to get official confirmation of who he is replacing. Started the game for Hiroshima. Osako, Hayato, Kim, Naoto, Shuto, Hayo, Sasaki, Nakamura, Kinoshita, Maeda, and Shiotani. Hayo. Lovely running behind there. Mutsuki, real chance. Looks like it could be Maeda that's made away. Nakamura was covered in tight on the back post. Decent defender by Ulsan. Red danger there by Myung-Kwan. Couldn't throw into the box. Hiroshima's stats in the first half certainly very impressive. This time Myung-Kwan's clipped ball out isn't the best. Mitsuki gets a toe on, but it's picked up by Ulsan. Clever little turn inside this time by Chin-hoon, but Troyak loses out. Hiroshima look as though they've got the bit between the teeth in the opening stages of this second half. Shiotani. Naoto. Into the box, nicely tied it up by Chin-hoon. Very industrious Chin-hoon. Hayul loses out in the game. Sasaki. Shuto. Tsuki. Tsuki again. Available, isn't he, Shiotani? He always waits for the ball, maybe just processes it, maybe needs to look a little further forward with the ball, but always willing to receive it, which is all you want from a little midfield general. Other side of the punt. Sok-yeon gets the ball out, but it's Troyak that has to deal with the header. Hiroshima putting a bit of a press on here against the home side. They won't be helped by passes not quite getting to their intended target. Siju, Myung Kwan, Hayul, Min Hyuk loses out. Good work by Sasaki. Mutsuki with the ball in. Throyak takes no chance. His first corner of the second half. I haven't heard anything from the dressing rooms regarding Maeda's withdrawal, so we believe it's purely tactical. Naoto with the corner, got to take it away from goal, so Jung In will watch this ball come in. That's a very strong header by Huntek. It's just debated at the moment. Throw into the penalty area of Ulsan. Heads, ball breaks down, shot goes goalwards, real chance. Mutsuki, shot goes goalwards, and it's deflected wide. Oh, Hayato wouldn't sit still for him. Real danger inside the 6-yard box. Mutsuki couldn't get it. Hayato always falling back as it span away from goal from him. Terrific defensive work has to be said by Myung Kwan. Kim getting a huddle, and the referee, well, I should just name check for you. All from Saudi Arabia, Mr. Al Shamrani, assisted today by Mr. Al Rafai and Mr. Al Jamal, fourth official and ball man, Mr. Al Hunfush, and on the TV screens, the monitor man, Al Shadan, Mr. Al Shadan, corner about to be swung in again. Big strong header away by the centre forward, Hayul. Get the ball in again, decent delivery again. Glance off the head of Throyak. It'll be another corner, and Hiroshima pretty much on the front foot at the start of this second half. And now is the time for Michael Skibber's side try and make the most of their ascendancy in the match. Naoto with this corner. For one this time. Comes off the head of Myung Kwan. Easy this time for Myung just to set Ulsan on their way. Lakaba. An interesting look at this game, because by the very nature, sides when leading do tend to have a sense of dropping off, and Ulsan won't want to do that. It's only a 1-goal lead, it's a slender lead. It is early for me to even think about that mode, but as a commentator, you just want to see where the style of play is, and if Ulsan are going to try and manage the game, which will invite pressure on. Jung In, Huntek round the corner, Hayul with the layoff, Min Hyuk this ball. Shuto, trying to throw beyond the defence of Ulsan. Huntek. Just laying the ball up. Sasaki, real chance to turn and spin. A little give and go, real opportunity here. Naoto falls on the rise. Always on the rise. Invitingly set up for him. Nakamura with the little set. Set the full back. And then it's the drill, the chop and the slice. As a player, you really want to make sure that the goalkeeper is tested there. Ayul with the header. Nato. Hiroshima. Beaten to the ball on the far side by Yung Kwan, sorry. Ulsan just being pegged back at the moment, and the balls forward are being picked off rather easily by Hiroshima. Michael Skipper. Daily love his side to be back on terms, certainly with their territorial possession at the moment. Minhyuk gets fouled, wants to take it quickly. He'll be quite happy though. Little respite there for Ulsan. They don't want to be giving the football away. Ayo back to Sasaki. Sasaki out to Shuto. Space turning up at the moment. Suki pirouetting but not going far forward, and Sasaki has the option to see everything in front of him. Well, one nibble too many there. Hayo gets a foul. Said to you in the first 45, if you was with us, that there are little errors in this game as well which might help things out. Cross is going to come in from Shuto. Naoto wants a little set on the far side. Nakamura down the channel, but he's made it with Kim. Naoto again. Nakamura. Naoto with the cross in. Kinoshita was the target. Troyak with the header away. Hayul picks out a nice pass this time to Sejun. Who gets fouled. Maybe not. I tell you, it was a little barge in the back. Off the ball, referee didn't see it, still we play on. Hiroshima again, defending Korean K-League. Ulsan back. Shotari. Kim. Nato. Nakamura. In and out. Nice bit of play this time. Hayato for Sasaki, but they're forced back. That's good pressure there from Ulsan. Well, no for long, no respite there. Chance to turn here. Nakamura. A little layoff. Hayo. Shot goes in, straight down the grateful arms of the keeper, Jung In. But Shuto given the opportunity to get a shot on target. I would say just at the moment that I think that the head coach of Ulsan will want a little bit more from his side. He'd rather defend from higher up the park. Troyak. Sejun. There's a chance here. There's a little bit of uncomfortable looking defending back there. One thing that Hiroshima don't want to do, even though they're trailing, is to be forward thinking and leave the back door wide open. Lakaba and Kim battle away. Physicality wise, not much in it, but Lakaba knows his job and gets his body across the ball. Forces Kim to go through him instead of around him to give away the free kick. I said earlier on in this second half, at what point did Ulsan sort of drop off and protect or try to manage? I don't think they're doing that as yet. It'd be folly to do that right now. But for any Hiroshima fans out there, at what point do their side think it's not our night? Nakamura, chance to run this time at Sukyeong. Wants to set somebody up. Arto going to get the cross in. Well, he has. Head away by Moon Hwan. And there'll be a point with Hiroshima where they think can't seem to get to see a clear side of the goal. They have in the first half, so they'll have that for confidence. Shuto, Sasaki. Nakamura hitting the crossbar midway through the first half, and Kinoshita hitting the side netting when it really looks as though he was about to score. Nakamura. So out to Sasaki, Sasaki to Shuto. Good work here by Ulsan, and making Hiroshima go in an umbrella shape round the sides and then back again. Kinoshita can't control that. Good marshalling by Troyak, who just walked him into the football. So as it pitched up, he was on the move forward. Troyak's ball back is dealt with. Hiroshima, Shiotani. Well, just came across from his left to his right. As he released the trigger, just started to fall backwards on it. Just run across him a bit faster. And the reason that happened was because he was looking for a pass first. As that ball came towards him from his left, he wanted to look for a pass. His natural shooting prowess wasn't the first thing on his mind, and then the ball had just slipped away a bit to his right. And therefore it was out of range for a decent strike. Hence it going up and down. Hayul with a lovely touchdown. Near side, Sejun gets it back. Decent defensive work by Kim. All right, though, is not good enough. Easy this time to be taken away by Jayik. Lakava just waits for Kim to come through. Referee Mr. Al-Shamrani saying, I want that taken again. "13 minutes left of an intriguing tie here in the AFC Champions League Elite Group, match day 3. Really now on a knife edge. Troyak this time a little bit lively with the challenge. Ayo, Sasaki, Shuto. In behind Kinoshita, easy pick-up by Troyak. Ayul, good covering by Kim, but again, Sejun got a chance here to cut inside of Shuto. Needs a blue shirt, finds it in the captain. Min-hyuk got the ball by Lakava. Didn't find its intended target. Mutsuki tries to get inside. Should be a yellow card all day long now. Going to be a change here. Coming on is Valerie Germain. Hiroshima with their second change of the game. Arto is the man that is withdrawn. Been very instrumental on the far side, but maybe they think that Germain will have a little bit more influence, a little bit more centrally. Contact with the header away. Good work there. Hiroshima, Tiano just couldn't pick the pass. every second that passes, there will be a degree of anxiety coming from Michael Skibber's side. Valerie Germain is on to try and turn that into a little slide route balls through to try and get the forwards into it. Young in with the kick. Oh, you lovely Dan Troyak. Minhyuk, goal scorer. Troyak again. Ayul, Sijun, and rather obvious pullback there by Shinyun. Brilliant game for the neutrals. Not such a brilliant game if you're a Hiroshima fan, because they're trailing by a goal to nil. And if you're an Ulsan fan, you can't wait for the final whistle if it stays like this. Cross goes in by Shuto to remain the target. Still though, Hiroshima coming forward. Mutsuki, Sasaki. Decent work in the middle by Hayo. Hassled all the way there by Minhyuk. Yato, Shiotani. She's sort of just getting a little bit bogged down in the middle of the... It's there, Mutsuki. And it's now becoming one of those games for Hiroshima fans, as we've had the best part of 20 minutes of the second half, where they look at the clock and think 20 minutes gone and we still haven't got ourselves back into this game, even though we've been in the ascendancy since the start of the second half. Yet to create anything of any note. Jung Ing's kick out isn't the greatest, but it does find an intended target. Looks as though there could have been a flag for offside there, but what do I know? Troyak. Away by Kim. One thing that Ulsan can ill afford to do is to give the ball away. Kinoshita caught there. Funny how the pain dissipated after he found that the free kick had gone his way. Chayik has got a bit of a red ear from by the looks of things. Great atmosphere inside this stadium. I do love this stadium as well. I think it's beautiful. Chayik gets himself a yellow card. Again, Troyak's the man with the deflection away for a corner. Hasn't been enough. Almost scares, in fairness, for Hiroshima inside the Ulsan penalty area, as much as they've been the better side. Hayo with the corner, big header. Again, climbing well, but the ball off the top of the head and away by Hayato. Isn't it pleasing to see players looking at the corner coming in and not hugging and kissing each other, as we will do in some leagues in the world, and blocking each other, just making it difficult to get the header off. That's really the job from a corner if you're up against a sizable target. Good bit of work there by Shuto. Hayo in the middle of the park. Looking out far side, can you find Nakamura? Nakamura's not going to get there. Two changes already made for Hiroshima in the second half. Now Sasaki, Shuto. Goes in field. Utsuki tries to get in behind Huntek. Huntek with a clearance. Fluff his lines there. Good defensive work. And now the long throw. We've seen this cause some problems already in his second half. And it comes again. Chance at the feet. Again, the little glancing header. Just caught the man at the back post. Napping. Anticipation. Big word in football. Shiotani. Ayo. Shuto. It really is Hiroshima retaining possession without using a cliche, playing most of the football in the half of the home side. Osako. Jermaine the target. Good header away back there this time by Yung Kwan. Nakamura sees it whipped away off his toes. Hayul needs to hold this up. First touch there was a little bit loose by Chin Hun, and again it's Hiroshima that profit from it. Sasaki. Shuto. Utsuki back to Sasaki. Just need a little bit of penetration, you fancy here. Somebody making that third man run. Kinoshita wanted to ball in that time. Shiotani, Nakamura. Kinoshita won't get there. Captain Min Hyuk gets the ball away. He'll be happy with that, as much as he's annoyed that he's been fouled. Just literally all he needs to do there. Take a few seconds out of the game. Suk-yeon. And a moment's peace inside the Ulsan Munsu Stadium. Young-in with the kick forward. Hayul with the flick on. Hayato goes to Kim. Kim back to Osako. Osako with the long ball forward. Kinoshita beaten in the air by Troyak. Shiotani, very much a calming influence. Watching the English Premier League at the moment. Shiotani, Granit Xhaka, great player, just does what he needs to. Nakamura with a pullback, Kinoshita on the spin, sends it back, Mutsuki with a shot. It's a little bit chaotic in defending, but it does its job. Sasaki, Mutsuki. Beat himself there. Huntek with him. Ayo. Mutsuki wants to get the ball in the box. Shiotani thinks so. Hayato. Again, just a little bit of consternation in the Ulsan rear guard there. Mutsuki. Shuto. Chance now. Mutsuki can get the ball in. An opportunity there. And in the end, shots back. Real shots! Oh my word, Kinoshita with a swing and a miss. I don't wish to be the bearer of bad tidings for Kinoshita, but he's having one of those games that he wishes the ground would open up and take him away from at the moment. Sasaki. What his manager needs to get out to him now, Michael Skibber, is don't worry, you're getting in the right positions. One will come. Hayato. Kim. Shiotani. Nice ball out on this near side, picking up Shuto. Back to Sasaki. And there in lays the big interesting point is if you make a mistake, you're caught out in trouble, and almost trouble there for Hiroshima, but they're back on the football. Finn plays it out to Nakamura. A little give and go this time with Jermaine. Nakamura gets it back for his right foot delivery. It's a decent ball in. There he is, Myung-Kwan with the header away. Jermaine puts the ball back in again, too close to Jung-in. One goes over. Just a momentary pause here. Interesting signal there. Really was a big thank you there. This was the one where Kinoshita just won't sit down for him. Ulsan under increasing pressure here. Minso is coming on. So is Chung-Young. Lakava is withdrawn.
Player number 36, replaced by player number 16, Lee Hee-yoon.
Won Shang.
Replaced by player number 27, Lee Chung-hoon. Player number 2, Jo Hyun-tae, replaced by player number 26, Park Min-sung.
울산 HFC 선수가 있습니다. 36번
Another change as well.
11번
Like Suga
16번 이희균
is
선수가
on for Kinoshita.
이청용 선수가 들어갑니다. 2번 조현택 선수가 나오고 26번 박민서 선수가 들어갑니다.
What will that do to the game? Troyak helped on by Min-hyuk. Ayul. Nakamura. What is in front of him? Mutsuki. Back to Nakamura. Ayo. Shuto. Sasaki. Shuto again. Looking cross in, but again the big head there of Myung-Kwan. Ulsan certainly dealing with the balls into the penalty areas at the moment. Is that good defending or poor delivery? That's your question. We're into the final 15 minutes here of what has been an enthralling and pulsating tie in the AFC Champions League Elite group. Eastern Division match day 3. Sasaki's going to be put under pressure. Shuto. Jermaine. Sasaki. There hasn't been a great deal wrong with Hiroshima's performance today, apart from them putting the ball in the back of the net. They've dominated possession for a long time. Shuto, bit of time and space here. Decent ball in. Troyak now pretty much in a back five. Shiotani just manages to get a toe on for Sasaki. And it goes again. Troyak will eat those up all day long on his own. Suga. A bit uncomfortable, a little untidy. And in the end, just ushered out of play on the far side by Won Shang. For a skipper, plenty for those thoughts. Now we are into the realms of dropping off a little too deep. Shuto. Good work again in the middle of the park this time by Hiroshima, but they Coughed up possession. Min-hyuk with lovely footwork to get away from Mutsuki. Played wide by Chun-young. Christmas said allows Lee to take the ball away, but Troyak has ventured over the halfway line. Chun-young and Ulsan have got to be careful, got to be so mindful on the ball. They've got a slender lead, they've been under the hammer pretty much most of the second half. They really don't need to give away cheap possession, certainly this late stage in the game. I know there's 13 minutes plus stoppage time, but just be a little bit more cautious with the football. Min-soo all the way back to Jung-in. Back to Jung-in. If I was playing for Ulsan at the moment, I certainly wouldn't want my goalkeeper on the football. I want to be holding that football up around the halfway line or just in the opposition half and retaining possession. Ayul beaten in the air. Sasaki wins the header. Troyak's got to do his own work. And manages to keep his body across Mutsuki. Nakamura with the header forward. It's all a little bit frenetic at the moment. Ayul needs to hold it up. Lovely bit of work there. Further back by Hayato. Header breaks on Hayo. And the midfielder in the right areas, but not making the right choice when it came to the final ball. Sasaki. Shitani. Kim. Nakamura with the layoff. Min-hyuk, goal scorer, way back on the 12th minute. Stealing in behind Sasaki, who will wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night thinking about how he switched off. Suga into the box. Big clearance this time by Myung Kwan. You can hear the cheers going up now. As we're into the 80th minute. Just a sense from the Ulsan fans now that we can see the finishing post or the finishing line coming closer. Just got to be a bit more mindful with the football. And again, it's given away in their own half. Kwan gets the challenge away. But it just started to become a real rearguard effort here for Ulsan. Suga with the throw. He's going to launch it into the penalty area now. Fairly evident. Everybody trots up from the back. He has been a colossus in the air. There's been two. Troyak and Myung Kwan. Play it right this time. And that's a lovely bit of footwork. Referee says there's a foul. Shitani says how. Gets a yellow card for it. One Shang just eaten up the seconds. Got round his man, and Shitani just a little too hands-on. If you are Shitani, the last thing you want is one Shang running at pace at you at that time of the game. One fresh, one maybe not so fresh after 82 minutes. Ulsan to wrap it up. Jermaine to volley it away. Strong header forward by Suk-kyung. Another chase on Suk-kyung. Got to try and stop this cross coming in. It's a decent looking ball in, but obviously far too strong. And that is the end of the game for Shuto. Is going off, and so is Hayo. And Kobayashi comes on. And Kozmishi joins him. Just a bit of legs now. Osako has seen very little of the football. Pretty short in terms of saves or attempts. Both keepers have been fairly quiet during the game. You know, Hiroshima have hit the crossbar through Nakamura. Side netting from Kinoshita. And they have taken the game to the host throughout it, but Ulsan have had the measure and been pretty solid. Shiotani now. Oh, lovely bit of work. Shiotani, can he find the right ball in? He can, but he finds the forehead of Myung Kwan. Myung Kwan and Troya have taken everything that's come into their penalty area. Sasaki. Kozumichi. Oh, I say that was close. Well, I was right down the barrel from my commentary position there. Kozumichi came in, and that is very, very close. And Troyak turns round and says, how can you let a man have that sort of shot? That was a little too close for comfort. Changes now. Marcos is coming on. And so is Sun Hun. Just taking a few seconds, and Troyak, who got a stamp on the foot in the first half, is going off. This is an interesting move for, as far as I'm concerned, because he has been, along with Myung Kwan at the back, very, very good aerially. And the other one that's making his way off is Substitution. Well, we're into the final 5 regulation minutes. Ulsan's job is almost done. Questions for Michael Skibber is, how can we have so much of the possession and territorial advantage and not create many more chances? Bit of a shirt pull there. Kozumichi. Sasaki. Hayato. Came back to Sasaki. Kozumichi. Led away by Hayul. As you can see, Hayul's touch match, most of it's inside his own half, the centre forward. Utsuki. Trying to find that one little opening. Jermaine with the layoff. Shiotani. Oh, it was coolness personified, but just overhit the pass there. Of course, Shimizu just couldn't get on the right wavelength. It's going to be a little bit of a head scratcher for Michael Skibber, should it stay this way. Just lacked the threat and the penetration. Hayato almost fooled himself, but manages to get the ball back to Osako. Well, if you're a fan of popular music, you'll all have heard of Elvis, who sung a song, It's Now or Never, and I think it's getting that way for Hiroshima. Shiotani Suga. Koshimichi. Sasaki, Koshimichi, can he get the cross in? Can do. Jermaine, can he get the setup? Shot goes in, good save! Jung In, forced into a flying save down to his left-hand side. Mutsuki, did he get hold of it as much as he wanted to? Well, he certainly got it goalwards. Lovely set by Jermaine. Mutsuki, oh, he'd love to have had a better connection, you fancy. Kim with the block. Well, Jung In flung himself away to his left-hand side. Bearing in mind the way the pitch is bobbling today with the turf, the way it's cut up, that was a very good stop. Marcos doesn't keep the ball under control. Our only goal scorer of the day, Min Hyuk, will just want to eke out a few seconds here. Ulsan will do their best to keep it in that position. Sugo with the challenge. Min Hyuk tries to walk the ball out of play. And out of play it goes. I love the way the assistant and the referee look at himself before moving their arms simultaneous to signify an Ulsan throw. This is the end of the field that Ulsan need to take the football. We're into the 90th minute. Marcos gets a little bit on it. Suga with a header away for Hiroshima. Going to be kept in play on the far side by Wang Chang. Suga trying to effect a throw forward. Kimura. Sasaki. Koshimichi. Sasaki again. Hayato to Kim. Shuga. Shiotani. Can he find that pass? That's not the best one from Nakamura. 5 additional minutes to play. The game has evaporated away from Hiroshima at the moment. Ulsan with that early goal on 12 minutes by Min Hyuk, the cross in. Dawdling at the back post was Sasaki. Min Hyuk just came in and stole him from behind and headed the ball in from close range. Is there to be a sting in the tail? Hiroshima desperately want one now. Sugo with a deep ball across the face of the Ulsan goal. Chance for Sasaki to drill it in. Deflected away behind the goal for a corner. So was the man that the deflection. Ulsan can almost touch the victory. Former 2-time Champions League winner. Kobayashi stands out, our referee. Al-Sham Rani has a word with Min Hyuk, the goal scorer. Nervous times inside the Ulsan defence. Smothered. Flipped in again, as you can see. Marcos with a header, helped away. Michael Skipper wants a free kick. Ulsan want to retain possession, really. Good covering this time. Chung Young. Oh, lovely bit of skill here by Kobayashi, although his third touch wasn't great. Hayul again. As far as the eye can see, you'd fancy for Hayul. Getting a little desperate now for Hiroshima. Jermaine can't get the ball down. back to the war stuff here for Ulsan. We are through the halfway point of a 5-minute additional time here. Suga with the ball in. Well, Minso clears it again. Faces his own goal. It's another corner. Just really have lacked in that final third. Hiroshima had her away at the front post again, and so Ulsan now with a chance to run it into space. Oh, that's a rather rash challenge there by Sota Koshimichi. Rather well waited for by Chun Young. Held the play up through the challenge, gets the foul, eats some more seconds up. Ulsan in no real hurry to take this. And so up to Marcos, but out of clear everybody's head. Osako with the long punt forward. Ulsan just want to see those seconds go down. At the end of 90, we were told there's going to be a minimum of 5 additional minutes, and we're into the 5th one here. Ulsan who lead. Hiroshima, who have played their part in this game for sure. Minso doesn't get the ball away. Ayul, lovely ball. Marcos now. Corner or into the box. He wants a goal. He's done really well, but ultimately Sasaki gets back and Hayato thumps it long. Shiotano just caught in possession, but it's all about seeing the ball out of play as we move into the final of the 5 minutes to be added on. Hiroshima will look at themselves and say, how can we dominate proceedings without actually creating anything of note? On what glimmers they had. Final chance may come their way now. Kobayashi, Nakamura, near side, and played in, and that's a woeful ball in fairness by Koshimichi, and that's the final whistle. Ulsan win by a goal to nil, and a goal that came in the 12th minute from a mistake. After they dominated proceedings to start with, then Hiroshima started getting back into it. A cross into the Hiroshima penalty area. Sasaki 12, Min Hyuk come in from behind, the goal scorer in your picture to head in from close range. Hiroshima have dominated proceedings throughout the rest of the game, but Ulsan were up to anything they threw at them. It's been disappointing for Michael Skibber's side, but Ulsan get the 3 points and move on to 7 in the group. And finally, as we say goodbye here from the Ulsan Munsu Stadium, it's finished Ulsan 1, Hiroshima 0.